Let me tell you how I got to my dream job as an artificial heart engineer.
I help with implants and explants with patients that need artificial devices, whether it's a total artificial heart or a ventricular assist device.
Kind of my dream was to be able to wear scrubs, as that was how I foresaw the coolest career would be. This job is, there's so many opportunities. I get to be in the OR and I get to see heart transplants.
And that's why I do it, because of my combination of love for science and love for people.
We're basically working with the latest cutting-edge technology-driven hardware.
The engineer truly has their value in this type of environment as this environment gets more and more technically oriented.
Well, imagine taking an apple, slicing it thin in one direction. If you were to stack all those slices together, you would then recreate the apple, and you could turn it and look at it in any dimension. Same concept with a CAT scanner.
Whatever the problem may be, we have different protocols set up in the computer for that part of the body. So we basically put in all the patient information, and then we decide which protocol we want to use on the patient. And then we type in everything here, and all the images come up on this screen here.
It takes about 5 or 6 beats to scan through the heart. We need about 5 or 6 seconds to scan through the heart. So the heart will beat, it will relax, and then at that moment we'll take a picture until there's about 5 or 6 beats, and we'll get through the entire heart. And remember, when we take one picture, we're not just taking one picture, we're taking a spiral acquisition of multiple images all at once. So it's not just press a button, out comes an image. There's a whole host of people involved in this process. And a lot of them are behind the scenes, but we need all of them.
So the heart, when it doesn't work, we actually can replace it temporarily with an artificial heart that does exactly the same thing it does. There are many sciences related to just the science of plastic and how it reacts to things, how it reacts to blood, how it reacts to temperature. How do you build a heart that has hundreds of steps and every one of them exactly the same, where you have a human component there? There's a whole science just in building things. So we put these in patients while they wait for a heart transplant, and it will do the pumping that the heart does.
It's what we know. This is what we train for. This is what we study all the time. We have over 15 devices here at this hospital. I need to understand them to the degree of I can explain it to any surgeon that comes into the room to do this case. And that's what we do here. We prepare all the time. We're all constantly testing ourselves, going through the many different devices that we have, because we have to know these devices in and out. We truly are considered experts whenever it comes to these devices. At this hospital, we have over 15 devices, and then many different ways, shapes, or forms. So we have to understand implants, explants, any problems that can arise. It's
being able to see the end point of engineering, the whole point of why we even care about all the equations.
In 1985, where an engineer was needed when a surgeon here did the first artificial heart, that my background got me to the right place at the right time. And before that, engineers weren't involved in this. They weren't in the operating room running machines.
And so we're in the OR when they put the device in, and we basically act as consultants for the surgeons, because we have so many different devices that it's hard to keep up and to remember all the specific details about each device. And so we're there not only to start up the machine and to manage the machine, but also help answer questions.
Is that in medicine, sometimes success is defined by it works 5 out of 10 times. In engineering, if you flip the light switch on, it works 10 out of 10 times.
Well, Vanessa particularly is at a point where she's basically a very healthy individual, except for the fact that she doesn't have a heart.
And as long as you can hear it and feel it, you know that it's working. So after a while, it does become one of those, like a security blanket, and you're not afraid to have it.
It's probably the most extreme job that I could imagine, because we have people's lives in our hands, basically. You gotta be, somebody's gotta be there to be helping them and to take that responsibility. But it's hard. It's definitely hard.
Oh, I can actually put the microphone to, because it sounds like inside of me, it sounds like a clock. Like the, Alright, I don't know if you can hear this. So that's like my little clock. It's like the alligator in Peter Pan. And without the artificial heart, I wouldn't have any more days. I just know that there would have been no other option. The heart was too sick to have any other type of device. And I'm lucky enough to have it. It's sad that I have to have the device and that I did get sick, but I'm grateful that that it was invented and that it works properly and that I'm alive today and breathing.
I mean, it's not just the person on the table we're taking care of. We're taking care of their brothers and their sisters and their moms and their kids too, because we get to know all of them. They're all the patient. The patient is not just this one person, and that's what you try to convey to people. It's everyone in their life that cares about them.
It's been difficult health-wise, and knowing that I'm on this device and carrying this box around, but the people here are very supportive, and just I'm not like a patient to them, which is really nice. Granted, I've been here 3 months, and I mean, they should be asking me for rent at this time. But it's more of a family than like a patient engineer or a patient nurse, patient doctor relationship. It's a lot closer than that.
And so not only on the science end do I see the latest and greatest in what technology is offering, and I get that opportunity, but I also get the opportunity to see the humanity of it and remember that, because even if I do go off to do something else in industry, or more specifically with the design of things, I will always know and remember what the whole point of the whole thing is.
And so the potential for biomedical engineers in the future is unlimited. The number of jobs that don't even have names on them yet, but still have the same requirement of having an engineering degree and having problem-solving skills are just boundless.
This is how it all